So listening like a storyteller is different than listening any other way. You're listening for the gold. You're listening for that narrative density. You're listening for the thing that is connected to the golden thread that connects you with that individual, you with your full team, you with your community. You're listening almost like a detective. And so I want to try that now with one of you. And so I would love to invite one of you, the least brave person, to come up and be seen by your community. And we're going to have a conversation. And you're going to listen like a storyteller. You're just going to try it out. And then we're going to reflect a little bit. So what we're going to do is, I'm going to have a conversation with one of you. We'll do it right down here. Can you see me if I go down there? Okay. We'll do it right here. We'll face each other. And you are going to look at how we stand. You're going to look at how I'm listening to him or her. You're going to listen to the words that are chosen, how they're said, what gestures are there. And you're not making sense of it. This isn't an intellectual thing. What you're attending to is how you feel while witnessing that. And how you feel is going to change through the course of that conversation, because at some point something's just going to take your attention for whatever reason. Don't make sense of why, but just notice when that happens. So who's my person? Yeah, it's clearly one of the four of you. No? You don't, I don't know you, but anybody just want to step up? It's really no big deal. Great. Thank you. Okay, thank you for this. Yeah, I know that everybody in this room doesn't want to do what you're doing, but you're doing it for them. So you're not only brave, but you're generous.
You owe me.
There's no getting this wrong. This isn't actually even at all about you. This is about them and their experience of somebody, anybody, talking other than me.
Okay.
Okay. Do you feel comfortable talking into the mic?
Of course.
Okay, great. I'm going to hand that to you. And so what I would like for you to say, and I'm going to stand right here, and you can just tell me, and I'm going to listen to you. Can you talk to me about a particular structure in Westminster that you feel is important to the identity of the town?
Oh, goodness.
And it could be anything. It could be a house on the corner, and it could be something that you noticed one day and just thought, wow, that's interesting.
Uh-huh.
Or even something that's being built.
Well, I want to thank you for that, because that actually took me out of the fear for a moment.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, that
Okay.
was really good.
Great.
I think of several of them, and one of the first ones that comes to mind is the Penguin Building. Does everyone know what I reference when I say the Penguin Building? So there's a building at between 72nd and 73rd in Lowell, and it's thought of as being historic by the residents of Southwestern. I'm sorry, I'm really nervous.
Fair, very fair.
I haven't had this before. Stop. Anyway.
Well, you're describing something, and say you're up in here.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
if you just picture that particular building and then identify how you're feeling, even if it's panic,
Yeah.
then you can talk about that.
Talk about the panic or talk
Sure.
about the building? Yeah, thanks. The laughter helps too, guys. So it was probably built, I think, am I correct if I say it's the 1930s? Can we nod at me for that? And it was built with a story. It has a story that was told by the family that built it that is now the embodiment of a certain audience of our city and how they see that structure. It's kind of dilapidated, and it's been through many uses. But the story is a pharmacist starting a family business with his wife. And so it's a love story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
Okay.
So a family, about a pharmacist, starting a business with his wife.
Mhm.
Thank you. That was perfect. Thank you. So a little bit bigger applause. So we had a different, everybody had different experiences of that right there, but I needed to stop that right there because it was just a really beautiful moment. A pharmacist starting a business with his wife. And I just landed in my body in a really dear way. And that is the love seat, that's the freshly baked bread that I was hearing from the Lyft drivers. That was narratively dense for me. What was narratively dense for you? What did you notice? Was it a gesture with a particular word? Was it an image that came? Was it just, really wanting to be supportive of your friend as she was doing something brave? All of those things are relevant. Or were you paying attention to me in the way in which I was listening? Raise your hand so I can engage you. I know I've lulled you all. Yeah.
I was thinking about the setting and the area or the neighborhood as far as it being historic.
Right. Do you know the exact spot? Do you know the streets that are right there? What was the one that started with an A? No, L. Lowell, right. Lowell. Yeah, that street means something in here. That means something. And so when you think about that particular area right there, other than the Penguin building, what image just comes to mind?
Historic Westminster.
Historic Westminster. Okay, great. Other things. So the location, that street corner, I could really see that when you were describing. You said the actual names of the streets, and when you said Lowell, your hand went forward.